everybody, it's Celeste from the Arachne Project. I'm back today to do a reading for the new moon. And because we are just before the new moon right now, we're going to do this reading's going to encompass, first, we're going to work on surrender, and then secondly, we're going to work on manifestation, because those are the two energies for this moon phase. I'm going to start off with tarot this time, and I'm going to pull some cards. I'm actually going to do this reading a little differently than I've done before, just because it is a special new moon reading. I'm going to try something new out. So the first few cards that I'm going to pull out like 3 different pairs of cards for 3 different things that could be blocking you. I just want to make sure that whoever's watching this can get the most out of it. So that means that I want to hit on a few different situations instead of zeroing in on one specific one. But I don't really want to do like 3 separate readings. So they're all going to be included in this one reading. We're going to try to diversify a little bit, and you'll find your story thread, which might be woven in with someone else's story thread, because stories are all about weaving storylines, right? So this is going to be for all you storytellers who fully acknowledge that your story is wound up with other people's. So look for yours, and they might be in different places in each part of the reading. So the first question is, what's blocking you? When I ask what's blocking you, I'm not just thinking about writer's block, although it could certainly be writer's block that's blocking you. It's NaNoWriMo, and a lot of people have a hard time writing when the pressure's on. They're like, oh no. But also you could be feeling blocked in other ways. You could be feeling blocked in your personal life. You could be feeling blocked at work. You could feel blocked in submissions process. If you're a creative of another kind, you could be having another kind of a creative block. Okay, so one just popped out right there. I'm going to pull another card to clarify that. This is it's a loss of hope that's blocking you. You're not feeling hopeful. You're not feeling like you just have it's like imposter syndrome. You feel like you don't have enough to make it. You don't have the skills to get there. You're feeling, this is very helpless, hopeless feeling. You're not sure that you can measure up. You're not sure that you can actually make it work. It's a dark place, and this is a dark moon. It's a good time to be looking at this. So if it feels a little heavy, know that I'm gonna give you some tools to release that and how to look on the bright side before we go. Again, you don't have to look on the bright side, but that is what the new moon is about. It's about surrendering the dark and looking to the light. So you might not like a new moon reading if that's the case. What's blocking you? Another story, please. Spirit, someone else is feeling blocked up here. What are they feeling? Okay, you've taken a chance, and you're feeling trapped now, okay? So you made a choice. Maybe you felt like, maybe right now you actually feel like a fool. We're getting the Fool and the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is that trapped energy. It's, you know, can't get out, in a prison of my own making energy. And so you have made a decision, you took the leap, and now you're like, oh crap. Okay, that's pretty real. That can happen. Could be that things aren't working out for you. This energy, trapped energy, could be things aren't working out for me the way I hoped they would. It could be like, oh no, can't pay the bills now. It could be, oh, this could be so many things. Don't lock yourself into what you think this could be. This could be any kind of, you know, it's that bound up feeling like you have no way to move. Like it is the prison of your own making, but you might be blaming, you could be blaming lots of things. And honestly, some of those things could be very real external forces that are feeling acted upon you, and you're feeling like you can't do anything about it, which is never really the case, but it can definitely feel like the case at the time. We might not like the choices that we have, but that doesn't mean we don't have choices. All right, Son of Pentacles. Okay, you've been building diligently. This has been coming up in my readings for a while, this Son of Pentacles. That's that steady, like, night energy where you're like building the foundation. You're doing everything right. Like, you're following it by the book. In fact, you probably haven't been taking a lot of chances. You might be, but if you've been taking chances, they've been calculated. You have planned for error. And now there's a sense of one of two things. See which one, again, resonates with you. Either nothing's happening, which I did a reading about recently. You can go look back through my archives. Just a few readings back, there's something about you've done all the work and nothing's happening. If you want to watch that one. So you've done all the work and nothing's happening, or you've done all the work and all of a sudden you're full of doubt. The moon can be about doubt. Can also be about, so the moon is also feminine energy, and this is a very masculine. This is the pushing, doing, building energy, and then this is the resting energy. So there can be a sense here of a pause. Is it going to happen? Maybe nothing's happening, but maybe you're more in a place like, is this ever going to happen? At any rate, the moon can also represent secrets. We'll see if anything else comes out about that. It could be that you're wanting some news and it's not coming. It could be that you are working on a project and you haven't really been ready to like go public with it yet. So again, without looking at more cards, I'm not really sure what that means for you. So, I'm going to pull. So when we're working with surrender energy, one of the things that kind of frustrates people is that we have this programming where we're like, if you want something, you have to fight and keep going. And you can never, step back from it, never give up. All the things that we're told in the collective, it's our collective programming, right? Our cultural programming. And also there is truth to that. You do have to keep taking action to get things to move. Sometimes there's a time for movement and there's a time for rest. And what the dark moon teaches us is it's the emptying out before the asking. So it's like the best example that I've ever heard, and I stick with it, is like, I've got my hands full here, right? I've got these are my rocks from yesterday's reading. My hand is full, and I'm like, so I've been manifesting things, and I've got these, and this could be like a handful of hope, or a handful of fear, or a handful of frustration. I've been busy. I've been working so hard. There can be a whole lot of expectations in this hand. And then we want to, at the new moon, we get excited because we're like, oh, it's like Christmas. We want to manifest things, right? Everybody's really like excited about manifestation right now. It's kind of a craze, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing, every good thing that has ever happened on this earth began from a seed of desire, and every bad thing that's ever happened on earth began from a seed of desire. So manifestation time is really about sorting through your shadows that you're holding on to and your desires that are light, and deciding, okay, what am I willing to let go of to have room in this hand for this thing that I want? So like I can keep asking for more rocks, right? And eventually my hand's gonna just overflow. I won't be able to hold all those things. I won't be able to appreciate them all because my hand is just full. And furthermore, I'm done with some of these things, and some of these things aren't helping me. So the surrender is about, okay, I'm done with this. I'm ready to let it go, at least for today, maybe not forever. Sometimes we have to surrender over and over again before we really let go. That is a process. But for today, I'm going to put this down. That's something that Reiki teaches. For today, I'm going to let that go. I want some more room in my hand. I really want to draw more things in. So I'm going to let go of this fear. I'm going to let go of this hope. Hope kind of has a tinge of not trusting, right? So hope sounds really good when you're in a really dark place, but it sounds less good when you start to be in a better place. You're like, I kind of want something that wants me too. So your wants can change a little bit. So anyways, so when I'm talking about surrender, I'm not saying that these things aren't real or that they're not like good for you. This is where you're at. It's real. It is your reality. But if you want to ask for something, even if you want for this hope to come in, you have to let down your guard. You have to let down your disappointment. So what we surrender at the moon is not necessarily the thing, but it's that feeling that we have about the thing. We have to neutralize our feeling about the thing in order for the thing to come in. Because feelings are what actually, it's a thought that's resonated or given a vibration by a feeling. Your feelings are vibrations. So we're going to do 3 manifestation cards. Not manifesting, these are the surrender cards, I'm sorry. 3 of these. And again, they may not match up perfectly with, I'm not going to pull one for this and one for this and one for this. You're not going to be stuck in your line. So I'm just going to pull 3 more, and whichever story yours was, you're going to resonate with, my intention is for you to resonate with the surrender message that you know that you need. So somebody needs to surrender resentment. All right, I'm not sure who's harboring resentment. I'm not sure which of these stories. If I had a guess, I'd say it was this one. But it could be any of these. Someone needs to surrender resentment. Okay, again, surrendering resentment doesn't mean that that resentment never pops back up. It means that for today, for this 3-day window, that I'm really wanting to be in a good vibration and I want to resonate with the things I really want, not the things I don't want. I'm going to let go of the things I don't want. So surrender the resentment. If you need to pick it up and handle it again at another date, it's okay. We all do it. You're never done with it, really, until you're done with it. All shadow work is process. It's not usually. There are times when people are just done with something one day. They just wake up and know, but it's rarely like an intentional, permanent decision. All right, I'm gonna take these 2. Surrender to setting limits. Somebody needs to set limits in their life. These limits probably are going to have to do with other people. I'm being told right now, specifically family, kind of, because family time is encroaching on, like everything's all blurring together right now because of the issue with the virus that's going on in our world. It's harder and harder to set the boundaries between your different worlds, especially if you're at home all the time. But even if you're going back and forth, like some people are working and having a hard time with childcare. Some people are, you know, I have my sons here at home. They're in college, but, you know, and they're fairly self-sufficient, but they're still here and they still need things from me because, you know, they're not fully taking care of themselves yet. And I work at home and my partner works at home. So we're all here, you know, there's a lot of limits being set right now and it is not easy. So if you've been having a hard time setting limits or enforcing limits, maybe you've set some and you haven't, and you're resentful. Again, that resentment, you could be resentful about not enforcing them, feeling like no one's listening to the limits you have set, and you have to remind yourself to surrender to that you need to repeat that sometimes. Did I have another one? I had another one, didn't I? Oh, it was this one. I just picked it up and put it back in. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. All right, so somebody needs to listen to, someone's tired. I'm getting tired. Someone needs to eat better. You know, if this is you, it's actually that, you know, it's really perfect for right now because, our bodies are always telling us what they need. And, you know, over time, we learn what certain signals actually mean to us. You know, sometimes when you're feeling hungry, you're not really hungry, you're bored, right? So this can be like about not binge eating. So, you know, learning to eat when you're hungry, eat to fuel. Sleep when you're really tired, but try not to oversleep. Don't hide from the world just because, you know, it's easy to. What else is coming through? I feel like there's another message here. Oh, it says right here. This is actually it right here. Okay, listen to the body's message about a person or situation. So sometimes our body can have like a real response to somebody. Like even though they're really nice on the outside, you have this physical, like there's this recoiling kind of in your gut that really, like, you might not have a logical reason to not want to do the thing or be around this person. But this is about listening to your gut about a situation or a person when you walk into something. Conversely, it can be like, if something comes up for you, this happened to me recently, an opportunity popped up for me. And it wasn't something I was expecting at all. It was actually the answer to a request I made at another moon. I think it was it last moon? Might have been the last moon. Or maybe the one before that. About something totally unrelated. It was the way that Spirit was delivering a wish to me in a package that I wasn't expecting. And when that opportunity popped up, I felt my heart like open up, and I felt my energy really expand in response to that. I got really excited, and then I explored the option, because that's the next step. I never jump into things head first, at least not without wading in a little first. So then I went and checked out the opportunity, and it still felt really, really, really good. And that thing definitely panned out for me. So anyways, if I hadn't trusted my opening of my heart when that opportunity popped up, I never would have explored this option. And it is the perfect answer to a problem that I've had for a little while, that I was putting in my little wish, on my wish list at the new moon. So listen to your body. And if you're not used to listening to your body, start to get to know it. Start to get to know that feeling of opening and that feeling of clenching up, and try to, start learning what that's about for you. And maybe start testing it, okay? Because your body knows. Your body's always been with you. I hope. Okay, I'm being a wise ass. So let's move on to, this is that surrender energy. If, like I said, whatever resonated with you, take it, leave the rest. And if you have your own thing that you're working on, you can always work on that. You're never limited to that. But let's get into the manifestation energy. So when we're manifesting, that's the thing, is a lot of times people think about manifestation. They're like, ooh, I'm going to wish for this. I'm going to wish for that. And they don't really understand how energy works. You don't just start manifesting one day. You've always been manifesting. Everything in your life is a manifestation of all the little things that you've put in your basket along the way. So sometimes a series of bad choices lands us in a place where we don't want to be. And sometimes a series of not caring means that other people make decisions for us, or a lack of being assertive, right? A lack of setting boundaries. It lands us in a spot where we really don't want to be. And while I don't want to victim blame, sometimes you wake up when there are situations where bad things happen to you, and no fault of your own, but there are definitely times when you get yourself into a situation and then later you go, ugh, hindsight's 2020, and you're like, I could have definitely stopped that by listening to myself or by setting a limit. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, there are definitely times when that doesn't match up. So I want to look at two things today with the manifestation energy. I want to look at what you're consciously manifesting. These are the things that you are knowingly saying, I want that, I want that. I'm trying to bring that, draw that into my life. And then I want to look at what you're unconsciously manifesting. What you might be, and again, I'm going to do this same format. I'm going to pull 3 things, and you pick your energy, okay? These are not linear stories. Your story could be here, 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 here. We're weaving here. So what are you consciously manifesting? What is my watcher consciously manifesting today? I want to make sure this is still recording. Okay, we're good. This might be a long one today. It was long the other day too. I'm getting long-winded. What are you consciously manifesting this new moon right now? What are you trying to draw in? What are you trying to create in your life? Page of Swords reversed. Page of Cups reversed. What's all the reversals here today? I'm going to pull another set of cards to clarify, because I like the depth. I like the clarification energy. Clarify Page of Swords, Spirit. Oh, well, no, not really. I'm just clumsy, you guys. All right, 9 of Pentacles. Clarify Page of Cups. Temperance. Clarify Ace of Wands. The Emperor. Ooh. Okay. So, whoever picks this pile, you are consciously manifesting all right, Spirit's telling me this is a struggle and that's why they're upside down. So that's a note for you. That's a sign that you need to release whatever that's doubt. So you're going to need to release doubt, whoever this is. You're trying to draw in, I knew that had to be meaningful, at least with this one. Page of Swords, you are trying to draw in, you're trying to draw in a new, I'm getting a new job or a new idea. So it's a new job where you're intellectually engaged. This is someplace where you can use your, so I'm getting that you can use your education or your like training. Okay, so you want to take your training and you want to turn it into a job. And you're having some doubts about that, and that's why that was in the reverse. You're not trying, so actually what's happening is that you're consciously trying to manifest this, but because you don't believe it, you're manifesting more doubt. You're creating more doubt for yourself because you don't believe in it. You don't believe, you're kind of like thinking like the perfect job isn't out there for me. Okay, that's the energy here. The perfect job isn't out there for me. I want this perfect job. So you have a very specific, like what I'm seeing is like a list that you've made of like, my perfect job has to have this, 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 and this, and this, and this. So you got a very specific list, which is actually, it's actually good, okay? That's not a bad thing, okay? That's a great place to start because you're setting boundaries, you're setting limits, and you're asking for exactly what you want. The only problem with this is that you now have to get out of the way for Spirit to give it to you, okay? That doubt that this is, you're like, oh yeah, but that's a pipe dream. You're like, oh, but I'll never find a job that has all that. Like you're looking at it going, boy, I'm just too picky. You got this like, I'm too picky energy going. But you're not. You're like on fire. This is beautiful. This is like a woman who knows her mind, or a guy, like it could be a guy. This is someone who knows their mind and is ready to, like, you're ready to create abundance in your life. You are ready to use this education, and you're just not going to be, you just know you're not going to be satisfied in any little old thing. Okay, it's cool to know your mind, and I want you to stop doubting yourself. Okay, that job is out there, but you're never going to find it as long as you don't trust that it's out there. All right, so that's what I'm getting for this person. You're going to have to also, whatever you picked here, add in surrendering doubt, because that's definitely a message for you. Okay, your dream job exists. That doesn't mean you won't. That doesn't mean that it won't come in one of those like unexpected packages. You're going to have to pay attention to the expansion of your excitement, as opposed to maybe the exact job title that you thought you wanted. Like, you might find, you'll be like, oh, I wasn't thinking of that, but that actually might work. All right. Second person, what are you consciously manifesting? Page of Cups and Temperance. All right. Okay, you're asking for I'm asking Spirit if this is about a love relationship, or if it's about something that you're really, just something that you're really, really passionate about. It's got the old flying pig here. It's that energy also of a pipe dream. But you're trying, I think you're trying to manifest patience to stay the course. I think you've got a thing that you've been working on and trying to put out there, and you're trying, this is actually really smart. This is a very smart thing to be consciously manifesting. You want to manifest the patience to wait for this thing that you have believed couldn't happen, that you really want to happen. Okay? So that's actually a beautiful conscious desire. I like that you understand that just because it seems like it's not happening doesn't mean that it won't, and that you need this balance, this neutrality. It's neutrality within yourself. It's how you hold yourself. This is about holding yourself in grace, holding the universe in. It's sort of like a state of expectation, like, this can't help but come to me if I relax. So you're trying to manifest that state that needs to happen for this to be able to come in, because it is a big dream that you've only just begun dreaming. All right, Ace of Wands in reverse and the Emperor. All right, you got a big idea here. And once again, for the reverse energy, what I'm getting here is, this is a big idea. This is a big idea that you're really like passionate about, like fiery creative energy. This is something that you want to make, okay? This is you wanting to take charge of something, make it happen. This is like big, powerful doing energy. And you really want that burst of energy to make this thing a reality. Like, this thing only exists in your, it only really exists in your mind right now. It's not a thing yet. And you're wishing for the do it energy to get it done. And again, I like this. I like this a lot. All right, what are you, I'm gonna grab another deck. I'm just like drowning in decks over here. Let me go with the Crow Tarot, because I love it. It's so pretty. What are you unconsciously manifesting? So this is the stuff, okay, this is the stuff that you're not aware of, okay? And again, some of this stuff, whew, It might call for some surrender, and now is the time to do that. You want to do that before the moon is new. Before you ask, what are you unconsciously manifesting? What's coming in? Some of this stuff that's unconsciously manifesting also, it might be stuff that you put in your you put on your wish list a while ago. That stuff, now that you've released it, that stuff may be starting to come in. Like usually with big things, I find it's about 6 months for me. So anything I was wishing for 6 months ago is starting to come in now if I did my work right, if I laid the foundation correctly, and if I really believed in it and let it go. That's my timeline. Yours may vary. With smaller things, it's like more like a month or two. Like that opportunity I was talking about. When you're really in alignment, they come fast. All right, so what are you unconsciously manifesting? Again, not linear. This is not one story. Your story could be all over the place here. Wow, geez. I'm gonna pull another one. All right, I think this one's for here. Come down at the bottom of my... Okay, I'm going to clarify the Tower, Spirit. Okay, yeah, that is, they're saying, yep. All right. Okay, that's change, yep. 9 of Pentacles. Drawing in that 9 of Pentacles. Someone is unconsciously manifesting some worry for themselves. You're fretting about something. But let's start here. All right. We've got our Tower and our 6 of Swords. Somebody is got an ending coming up. If that scares you, so the Tower scares people sometimes. Let's just be blunt about it. It can be, that's scary energy, okay? So like, this is change, sudden change, and this is moving away. It's leaving. So somebody is leaving a job, a relationship, an old situation behind. However, the thing that you're leaving behind is probably something that, I don't want you to get scared of this card is what I'm saying. What you're leaving behind could very, very well be something that you have been wanting to leave behind. The leaving behind, it can be a person, place, or thing. You could have a sudden opportunity to move. You may have wanted to move. This could be like, they were giving me a bunch of stories and now they've all kind of dried up. Yeah, so it's basically, this is basically a situation where you're leaving something behind that was ready to go, okay? I don't think this is going to be a big surprise to you. It could be a surprise. But I'm not seeing other energy here that this is like unwelcome or bad. It could be the ending to something that has been, something that you've needed to wrap up or that you've wanted to wrap up. It's not telling me in specifically. I'm gonna pull another card, and this again might not be for everybody, but it might make somebody feel like it might solidify what somebody's thinking. Might not, but we hope they do. That one tried to come out. Okay, yeah, this is, okay. So this is definitely something that you haven't seen movement on before. It's been something that has been stuck. So that sudden change and the moving energy is like it's the unlocking of something that there has been no movement on before now. So I think it's going to be a welcome change. I do not think that that's necessarily a bad change for you. What are you unconsciously manifesting? Oh, I've already got these. See, I was going to pull cards all day long. All right, you're about ready to come out of, I feel like this is related to this person just because of the Nine of Pentacles. See, we've got a match and a match. I feel like whoever this is about ready to come out from a period of like, of having stepped back and pulled back their energy a little bit, and they're about ready to come out into something that is really, it's really going to be abundant for them. This could be a job. It could be some money, is what I'm saying. It could be a little bit of financial flow. It could be an opportunity for that to come in. This could also be an answer to like a wish, a material wish that you've had. That thing might be coming to you. Something that you've put in your wish basket a long time ago, maybe finally coming through for you unconsciously. Like it hasn't been on your mind. And you're gonna stay out of the way and let that come through, right? The Fool. All right, so unconsciously. This one worries me a little, not gonna lie. This is like some unexpected anxiety. This is like carelessness that creates, so somebody's be careless. And you might need to watch out for that if you've been being careless with something that matters to you. Because this is like, whatever this is, I always hate it when there's negative things. I love to be a positive person, but you know, anybody that knows me knows that I just, I see the stumbling blocks too easily. Anyway, I hope if I can point them out that you can avoid them. Anyways, I think that whoever this Fool is, this is not the happy-go-lucky Fool. This is the one who's been careless and has, and is now kind of in a situation where they're a little worried. I'm going to pull another card on that. What is this person been careless and worried about? Okay, there's something here about being left behind or leaving everything behind. This could be you walking away or a loss. And this is time of introspection. So instead of, I would say, instead of, if this is you, instead of this anxiety energy, you know, the Hermit energy is it's a very thoughtful, very self-aware and world-aware energy. It's even a little world-weary, so it does fit here. It's where you're pulling back your energy to fix something, try again, see something, really to see something differently. So really this may look like a setback, but it's really an opportunity for your spiritual growth is what I'm seeing. It may be, there may be a loss. It doesn't have to be a big loss. It doesn't have to be a big loss. It could could be just something that you really wanted. All right, so let's pull some guidance for you guys for the new moon. So one of the things about manifestation, like I said, is that we get caught up in this, I want this energy, and we're not, willing to let go of something else that we are hanging on to. We can cling too tightly to our wishes. And really the kind of energy that manifests the things that you want is the clear asking and then the very clear release. So it's this combination of energy, asking, trusting, and releasing, that allows us to get more of what we actually want. So you ask for the thing, you do the work, follow the signs, and then when you've done all you can, you let it go. That's how you manifest. So let's pull some cards about how to hold yourself in the energy of manifesting what you most want. One of these cards is for you. Pick the one that resonates. Maybe all three of them will resonate for you. Look at the bigger picture. You need to step back and look at the big picture. What do you want in the big picture? Make sure that the little things support the big picture. Your dreams need a practical plan, okay? So if I'm specifically getting this person, this could be guidance for this person. You're asking for this do it energy. The do it energy comes along with the practical plan. This is the full moon in Taurus card, and that is some major Taurus energy, is getting it done. The practical plan, the down to earth details of what needs to be done to get from point A to point B. You're going to need a plan, and you're going to need to show up for it. And so that can be what you're asking for. That plan can be what you're asking for at the new, we don't always just ask. Sometimes we get caught up in asking for things like, oh, I want more money. Well, you can also ask for spirit to help you with a plan, to make the thing happen. It doesn't always just show up as a bag of money. It's usually work that you have to do to get the money. All right, communication is key. All right, so this is a reminder to stay in communication with other people. So if you've been having communication difficulties with somebody that you're co-creating with, also if you're having this tendency to pull back, it can be a good time to if you're not communicating with others, it's a very good time to be communicating with yourself. It's a good time for self-reflecting, like journaling, or if you're a writer, like the people that I work with, it's a good time. Like even just storytelling is communicating. We are communicating all the time as storytellers. It's what we do. Some more guidance here. I want to pull, while I'm on the topic of having space in our hands and hearts for multiple things. Keep it simple if you're new to this, and if you sort of know what I'm talking about, come with me for this set of cards. I'm going to pull 3 and you can pick one. This is a new moon intention card from the Sage Goddess deck. I like how they shuffle. All right, burning for truth, selfless happiness, and burning to connect. So we're getting some fire energy. This one says, I live in deep transparency and honor my inner truth. I recognize my voice and trust it above the voices of other humans. I live in my truth. I become a model of authentic living and give tacit permission to others to follow their own paths toward truth. And the stone for this one is amazonite, and they give you tea tree oil to work with as an essential oil. So they're giving you some tools to work with. Again, if this doesn't, you know, resonate for you, don't worry about it. Here's another card with some more tools. Selfless happiness. I wish for happiness for all forms of creation, asking that all living and sentient beings have what they seek so long as it harms none. In wishing happiness for others, I also receive personal satisfaction because we are all intricately connected within the web of life. So that's allowing yourself to be able to receive pleasure from other people being happy around you. And then the stone for that they're recommending is celestite. My favorite. And myrrh is the essential oil. And I would say that you could also use, you know, a myrrh incense if you like that. And burning to connect. I seek to embrace and connect with others as a means of expanding my capacity to give and receive love. By loving and connecting openly, I receive the energies of others, which enhance my life. Through these connections, I learn new skills and gain new tools for my practice. So the stone to work for this intention is azurite, and the essential oil is blue lotus. And then last, before we go, I'm going to pull you 3 self-care cards because the new moon is, of all things, it's a time to be gentle with ourselves. It is a time to care for ourselves and others, but mostly ourselves if we're a person who doesn't do that. If you don't take time out to care for yourself regularly, you want to make a habit of doing it around the new moon because that's when the moon supports that energy of like, when I talk about self-care, like some people being super active could be self-care, but a lot of us don't rest enough. So they're saying get some rest if you need it. Crystal work. So, you know, use those crystals. This is my amazonite. It's pretty big and nice. I just like I love spheres. I have a ton of these. I don't have a piece of the others on my desk, but that crystal work, if you like crystals, you certainly don't have to, but some people really connect with them like I do. You have a relationship with them. I'm going to be teaching a little bit more about crystal work in the future, but I really want to make clear that it's not necessary. And I think this says cafe. Are you missing cafes? Because I think a lot of writers like to hang out in cafes, and I think a lot of writers are missing cafes right now. I've never been a cafe writer, but if you're a cafe writer and you're missing cafes, maybe something you could do to give yourself that experience would be to buy yourself a really nice bag of beans, grind them yourself, make yourself a really nice cup of coffee, and set up in your dining room with some nice music playing, or something like that going on. Just treat yourself, make a little cafe at home if you can. This has been really hard on a lot of people, and I know people are eager to get out again, and maybe soon we will be out again. But in the meantime, I think that we need to try to meet our needs the best that we can, and that means being a little bit flexible. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful new moon. I'm going to let you go now, and I'll be back in a few days with another reading. Have a great day. Bye.